Welcome to Ask Rich and Ed from Procurement Says No.
Woo.
We get a lot of listener questions, which we love to answer with insightful views and advice.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see what questions we've got this time, Ed.
Well, Rich, will they be fatuous or inane or insightful? Let's make it real.
Boom. And there's lots and lots of questions this time, Ed, and they're quite hard ones.
Ooh, crackers.
Do you want to go first?
So this is from Lauren Verstappen in Melbourne in Australia. Rich, you've done this a few times, I think. What advice would you give to a new purchasing leader joining a new employer? What would be your 90-day plan? What have you done in the same position?
Yes, you're right, Ed. I've done that a couple of times, and I've actually written notes about this in the past. Look at this. Notes with pictures and everything.
Well, our viewers can't actually see that, but it looked very comprehensive, Rich.
Yes. So I've done ones which were 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. This one's a 120-day one. It says 0 to 60 days, acclimatization. Main thing is meeting people, getting data, information, performance, visit key functional areas and sites, understand issues and opportunities in the category areas, understand the broader strategy and culture at the business, look at the existing initial planning or category strategies, look for potential quick wins, understand the team scope. 60 to 120 days, have a full review of the category spend areas with the team, understand the category management approach, look for opportunities and options in category areas for the tier 1, 2, 3 spend, whatever that is.
Ooh.
Have a look at your supply base and your supplier performance. Have a look at implementing further quick wins. Set up a SWAT team to look at more complex areas. Develop targets and specific KPIs and SLAs, and look for some stakeholder feedback. Developing overall category strategies, supplier performance, SRM processes, contract management, supply chain mapping, resilience, specification development, people development plan, stakeholder mapping, process review, blah, 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 blah.
Great stuff.
All that stuff, basically. Find out as much as you can, because you're going to get knocked off course. You'll have a 90-day plan, but actually you'll only get about half of it done, probably.
Yeah.
Stuff will happen that you have to just get on with.
Wise words, Rich. Wise words. I like the fact that you said at the start is about sort of feeling the climate, feeling the culture of the organisation, getting not driving straight in and putting your agenda on everything, but sort of listening and looking as well. Like people talk about listening skills, but sometimes you're looking around, seeing what you see and see the way that it works. What's the pace like? What's the culture like? Is it soft? Is it hard? How driven is it, etc.? I think that's quite important. Brilliant.
I remember when I joined one company that shall remain nameless, my first week there, and I asked for some spend information, and the procurement team didn't have any. Oh, we don't have spend information. What would you want that for? Oh, right.
Have you got the answers? No, you're fired.
Anyway.
Yeah, perfect. Great question though about the spend. When I first worked in procurement, I loved to know how much I spent because it was like a mark of success, size of your ego, all that sort of stuff. But it was quite important.
It's bizarre not to know what your spend is. Anyway, right. Anyway. Question 2, Eduardo. And this one is from Jason Button in Canterbury in Kent in the UK. We operate a big fleet of vehicles for our service and maintenance engineers in the UK and spend about £5 million a year on fuel. I've been asked to identify opportunities to save costs. What do you suggest, Ed?
Well, I think there's a big opportunity here. I think a lot of people in procurement think that fuel can't be influenced. There are organisations out there, intermediary organisations that can help you with fuel cards. I won't name the companies, that have deals with many, not all, of the petrol or gas forecourts in the UK, for example, because we're talking about the UK here, including motorway services. So when you're on the motorway and you think, oh my Lord, that costs a fortune, I don't want to fill up there, I'd rather take the risk of running out of fuel. You don't need to if you have a fuel card because you get the best market deal through your card provider. So I think the first thing I'd do is I'd take your spend to a bunch of the fuel card providers and see what they can do for you.
Do you know what, Ed? I put that first on my list too.
Excellent. And then beyond that there's a whole range of things. I think telematics is...
I've put that next on my list as well.
We're like twins. I think telematics, a lot of cars give you data on how they're doing from a fuel consumption point of view. If you've got some sort of commonality in your fleet, you can look at how heavy-footed your drivers are and start to see what's going on. Look at the fuel usage, look at miles per gallon, kilometres per gallon, look at what the patterns look like. But you can analyse all sorts of factors in the usage. The second thing is having a look at the vehicle fleet itself. Is it maintained well?
Oh, that was next on my list as well.
This is like a test, isn't it? This is a panel interview. Hey, Ed, what do you know about fuel buying? And then looking at the vehicles themselves, and I think, obviously with battery technology, there are some thoughts about whether you could save money there. But 5 million is a lot. And I think you could probably save 5 to 10%, possibly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I've put fuel cards, telematics, maintenance of fleet, check engine, training and efficient driving. You said about training. So lorry drivers, you don't drive up the arse of the car in front. Driving smoothly, speed regulation, stop start engines, don't idle, all that stuff. And then the other one I've put on my list was about route scheduling and route optimization software. So you're not driving around the countryside.
Well, it's demand management, really, isn't it, in procurement terms? Good to see that we're thinking alike.
Fools seldom differ.
Yeah, it's like groupthink. Don't believe a word we say. Next one I've got from Sebastian Vettel in Vienna, Austria. I'm pressed to use our electronic auction tool with our suppliers. It's not named which tool it is, and have been set a target of running at least 2 auctions a month. What do you recommend, Rich?
Gold. That's a bit of a throwback, isn't it? It was the very in thing to do, wasn't it? What, 10 years ago? Auction everything. Just auction it. Doesn't happen so much now, does it, really? Are we over the auction thing? I don't know.
I don't know, really.
So, well, it depends what you look after, Sebastian. Maybe you look after, I don't know, racing car parts,
Ooh.
for example. But it depends what categories you look after, Sebastian. Some are more suited than others. Though, all things can be auctioned, just with care, I would say. Best focus is probably on those things with low-risk commodity items, the old Kraljic matrix, which we've talked about before. Look at the leverage stuff, basic stuff, office supplies, some FM stuff, electrical components, the RS components, CEF type stuff. But I have heard of people auctioning more complex stuff like legal services. I can't remember who it was. Was it somebody from Unilever or someone like that? Said they had auctioned legal services, which can go down badly with the stakeholders. You're seen to be commoditizing something which they are holding very dear to them in terms of professional services. But yeah.
You know what I think?
What do you think, Ed?
Measure outcomes, not the process.
Yeah.
So saying 2 auctions a month is meaningless.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bill, I absolutely agree with all the stuff you said, Rich, but telling somebody they must run so many events is managing a part of the process activity. It's not the outcome. I think I'd be much more inclined to say as a target, I want to see a saving from auctions of X.
Yeah.
Have a think about what's best and then drive towards a target number as a measure of value, not a number of activities.
And there's some things where you can just auction, just have a monthly auction if it's just a really commoditized item. But you've got to be careful on this stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Good answer.
And that's the end.
Super duper.
All answered beautifully. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.